Hello guys, it's Timothy2009 and I'm here again with another model train video. Or project I should say. So, in my last video, you may recall that I made a custom Bachmann Dodge using diesel. And recently I've mentioned that I was going to make a Bachmann splatter. And I got another Bachmann diesel. So this diesel came from eBay, which was the same place I got this Bachmann Dodge here. But this time, this diesel has the newer style packaging. And the Bachmann diesel that I got to make Dodge here actually had the older style packaging. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But this is the newer style packaging, which looks more bright and colorful. I mean, just for my taste. But this is the same diesel that I used to make Dodge, but we're going to paint him into splatter. So we'll have splodge back together, as Diesel 10 likes to call them. So it just says diesel here, because this is just diesel. And I will get a Bachmann Grumpy diesel to replace these two splatter and Dodge diesels here. So what I'm going to do to this diesel is, we're going to paint this part here gray. But we're going to do a little something different. So, rather than painting Dodge here green, this is going to be splatter, but we're going to paint splatter purple, like where the green areas are, but they'll be purple instead of green. And we're also going to paint splatter's name. And I do have the Hornby splatter face saved from my Bachmann Dodge project. So, let's get our scissors and open this bad boy up. Right, so looking at this diesel, it seems pretty identical to the one that I made into Dodge. I mean, not much has changed to Diesel, except they gave him a grumpy face for one variant. But this is the classic Diesel, which I'm not a huge fan of, mainly because the expression on his face. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a pretty good CGI Diesel face, but I prefer Diesel being grumpy. That's why I'm going to review Grumpy Diesel instead of this Diesel. And I'll be turning this Diesel into Splatter. This is kind of like the before and after of painting Diesel into Dodge here, if you look at both models side by side. So, when I showed you Dodge running before I painted him up, I explained that he was pretty slower than all the other engines. Now, I don't know how many miles per hour a BR Class 08 diesel can go, but if you guys are more experts of trains than I am, how fast does a BR Class 08 shunter go? I mean, I'm not that good with speeds. All I know is that the Flying Scotsman goes 100 miles an hour. So let me see if I can... Alright, I got this diesel on the tracks. And just like Dodge, this is the speed Diesel goes. Like, this is the speed I'm controlling him right now. But he seems to be at a slower pace than the other engines. I would go super fast on this Diesel if I wanted to, but I just feel nervous that I might burn out the motor. That's just me. You can go fast if you want to, but this is just my perspective. So now, let's get started. So we're going to cut off the face and the ladders in just a sec. Alright, so just like Bachmann Dodge, I actually removed the face and the ladders here, because both Splatter and Dodge do not have ladders, and the face opening here where Diesel's eye mechanism is like too big, so this is why I'm covering it up, so that we can put Dodge's face on here. But this is actually Splatter, so we're going to put Splatter's face on it. But you guys get the picture. So, while the glue dries here, we're then going to paint Splatter. So, we'll see you in the next scene. So now, Splatter is ready to be painted. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do here is, we're going to paint this part here gray. And while I'm doing this, I thought I'd talk more about my take-along engines. So recently I've got some new take-along engines. They haven't come in the mail yet, but they will soon. So I've got a take along or take and play Diesel 10 to make Boko. I originally planned to use Daisy, but she's got oval buffers. When Boko's buffers, I mean Daisy has round buffers. Yeah, Boko has the same buffers as Gordon. So I thought I'd use Diesel 10 for Boko. I mean, most people use Daisy for take-along Boko, but I think I might use Diesel 10. There isn't a lot of Daisies on eBay, because Daisy is a pretty expensive take-along engine. I don't know if she's rare or not, but... Excuse me. But anyways, there's another thing I got. I also got a take-along Rheneas to make Smudger, which is the E2 family's favorite narrow gauge engine. He plans to make a custom wooden railway smudger because the official smudger is pretty expensive. And he's actually got the faces, but the faces are from the Cool Beans Railway 3, which is a Roblox game. And I also got a lot. The lot came with Rheneas, but it also came with a take-along Edward and James with no tenders, another Thomas, and a take-and-place Salty, which I think I might trade for a take-along Salty. I might get Edward and James's tenders separately, and what I think I might do is, because I made a take-along Olivia, which is this girl here, I thought I'd turn the Thomas that's coming in the lot into Liam, her brother. But anyways, now that that's done, let's wait for this to dry, put on the second coat off camera, and then paint purple on splatter. So now that the gray has dried, we're going to paint splatter purple. But what I've done here is, like Dodge, I taped off the part here that's gray, along with the lines here that are gray, just to make sure that no paint gets on it. Don't know if it might be effective or not, but what we're going to do is paint splatter purple now. We're even going to paint this part on the top. I don't think Dodge has this, but Splatter does. So, yeah. And while I'm doing this, if you look in my background, this is Liam, Trains and Adventures TV or Take Engine 99 2020. And this Liam is painted BR blue like my Thomas Wood Liam. And Liam is actually BR blue with the British Railways logo. If you have seen Take Engine 99 2020 YouTube channel. I have, it's pretty good, and I am subscribed to that channel. And I do also subscribe to Trainboy17. Like, Trainboy17 is actually Liam's best friend. And I hear Trainboy17 has some other friends called Diecast Engines, and recently he has a new friend named Tom the YouTubing Tank Engine. And I think Tom the YouTubing Tank Engine is pretty good. Like, I love his OC, I love his voice, and I do like his Diapet videos. Like, he collects Diapet, like Noah Henderson, the Thomas fan. If some of you collect Diapets, tell me in the comment section. And recently I've seen Tom's video where he did a remix of Five Nights at Freddy's and Thomas, which is pretty cool. And I see that he has a custom Diapet, Tom, Trainboy17, and Liam. But I've got a question for Tom, the YouTubing Tank Engine. So, it's about his custom Diapets. Now, the characters are the colors they are, but there are some edits, like where the stripes are animated on. I would ask Tom, the YouTubing Tank Engine, if he actually has the stripes painted on. I do wonder why the stripes are animated, though. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I'm just pretty curious. So So Tom, the YouTubing tank engine, if you're watching this and you hear my question, do you think you could answer that? I mean, it's fine either way, but I'm just asking. And I do have plans to make a Thomas Wood Tom the YouTubing tank engine, as suggested by TrainBoy17. But Tom's going to be made from Kyle's model, which is my OC that's similar to Furby the E2. I think I might get a new Kyle to replace that one. But there's going to be a change of plans for episode 10. So originally episode 10 was going to be Marissa and Nicholas, but Nicholas is a private OC. But there's one thing. I recently got a comment from FuzzFuzz16 himself. And FuzzFuzz said that he was going to let it slide on making custom Nicholas without his permission. I thank you for that, but I do have a problem though. I actually took Nicholas's old model and made it into Kyle. So FuzzFuzz16, if you're watching this, I do think I might get another Thomas Wood Nicholas to replace the other one. And would it be okay if I made your OC FuzzFuzz16? I mean, it's fine if you won't let me make Nicholas and FuzzFuzz. That's okay if you just say no. But if you say yes, I would be happy to. Just wondering. I am asking to make FuzzFuzz16. And I do hope to get a new Nicholas to replace the one I made into something else. So, FuzzFuzz16, would it be okay if I got a new Nicholas and made a custom FuzzFuzz16? If it's okay with you, if you say yes or no, it doesn't really matter. However you want to do it, buddy. Anyways, the first coat of splatter is done. We'll come back when this is dry, and we'll paint the second coat off camera, and then we'll write his name.